We all love our superheroes and their great superpowers, like Superman and his X-ray vision and his mighty strength. And then there's Wonder Woman and her golden lariat of truth. But we also have our superpowers, and we know what they are. And when I was in year 5 at Floria Park Primary School, I was introduced and discovered my superpower. It was when I met a young boy named Luca Costello, a young Italian just arrived from Italy. And my job was to comfort and welcome Luca into our community. And I did this by having lunch with him, recess. I showed him how to play cricket, how to play football, introduced him to my friends, and generally just had a caring nature with him and had a conversation with him, even though he had very limited amount of English. And what I found from that is how much enjoyment I got from keeping him inclusive in our community. And that's what I found that I've used throughout my whole life, is inclusivity. I'm the sort of person that likes to introduce people to other people. I'll be that person that if I see someone by themselves in a social gathering, to go over to them, say hello to them, introduce them to other people. Inclusivity, that's one of my superpowers. Now, in an exercise that we're going to do today, is you have 3 pieces of paper in front of you. And I'd like you to think of your superpowers. What is it that makes you passionate about the things that you do? What is it that you've always had throughout your life that you just see so easily that others can't necessarily see? It might be kindness. It might be the way that you have conversations. Or maybe inclusivity, like myself. So what I'd like you to do is write down these 3 superpowers that you have, traits, attitudes, values, if you'd like to call them that. And then I'd like you to take one that you've got a little story to, that you can tell us about a time when you've used this superpower. It might have been when you were a young person, a little bit older. And in your group, your collaborative group, is each person gets to tell their story. Once all the stories have been told, have a bit of a conversation between yourselves to choose the best story about that superpower. Then, when we all come back together as a group, each person gets to share their story as a representative of their group. And what we want to be able to get from this exercise is how rich in superpowers we have at our school. Once the exercise is over, I'd like us to take those 3 cards, and they're going to be pinned up in that corridor that we walk to the staff room. The one that's got the bus and how we're all on that bus. And as we walk past, we'll be able to see all the superpowers and all the great traits that we have at our school. So, what's your superpower? What's a story that illustrates that superpower? And let's share that with the rest of the community. You've got a bit of time to do this. So the first thing is, let's get into our collaborative groups, write down the 3 superpowers, think of a story about one of them, share that with the rest of the collaborative group. The collaborative group then says which one they think is worthwhile of representing them, and then that person gets up and tells the rest of the school about their superpower. Through a story, of course, like mine when I was in year 5 at Floria Primary School. Looking forward to walking down that corridor and seeing all those superpowers on that wall, because that's how good we are, and we've all got superpowers, so let's share them.